Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I apologize for not coming in on my typical day. Today's Wednesday. I missed the noontime chat. I was showing houses and I had to go to my listings and check on them, make sure everybody was done right. And then, I had to feed this big fat belly of mine. So I apologize for being a little bit late, but that's okay. We're still coming at you. And wouldn't you know, while I was putting the numbers together for you to take a look at, our cleaners come every month or every couple months just to do like a deep clean to make sure that we get all the gunk out of our house. Well, they're here right now, which is why I'm outside doing this in my backyard, which is what you see here. My fence, my backyard. See my backyard right there. We used to have some fun New Year's parties and some other extravagant little fun hoo-has there before COVID. And now we have a chainsaw. That's awesome. What are you going to do? All right. So this week was some fun things happened. We did beautiful day. I was at the Santa Maria mission. Yeah. On Almaden, and we did a lot of people showed up, met a lot of great people. We put a lot of work and effort into that place, and it looks a lot better. I have a video coming that shows a little compilation of everything we did, but we did shelves, we did signs, I didn't paint, but we did some painting. We did some stucco work and then moving some murals around and some landscaping. And I was running around trying to help everybody, making sure that they knew what they were doing. And I don't know if I was a help, but I felt like I was helping. So that's what matters, right? We're doing some more stuff this weekend. In case you don't, if you want to show up, by all means, let me know. Just DM me and I'll get you the address and everything. Saturday, this Monday, I also took 3 days off, basically. I didn't really take, but I did. I went up to San Francisco. One of my daughters is in band, Santa Teresa High School, and there was a band competition. I didn't really know much about it because I don't really do the whole band dad thing or band parent thing. So apparently it was with the Marines and it was all Fleet Week. It was real fun and enjoyable to go see up there. And you know what I feel about San Francisco, right? Even though they say that San Francisco is like the 12th happiest place in the United States. But here's the thing. I was treated to a little oasis called Golden Gate Park, which is a very unknown thing. And there was only like one or two shady characters there. We went there, and there's this one place that they have by the museum thing, and I don't know. And that's where they had this competition. 5 high schools showed up from all over the Bay Area. And wouldn't you know, it was put on by the Marines. First Marine Division band put this thing on. And there was a ton of recruiters there, a ton of Marines, a bunch of Navy guys, with their little Cracker Jacks. But it was really nice talking to a bunch of them. Really awesome. Kind of making me want to go back to the craziness of being a Marine, but too old now. But it was really nice. And then being there, I was volunteering some time, so I was moving equipment around and help. It was disorganized chaos, but it was fun. And our our high school, Santa Teresa, came in second place. Pittsburgh High is up in the Delta, had over 300 kids playing. Amazing, and they deserved it. They had so much energy, so much fun. So good for Pittsburgh. Santa Teresa came in second, and that's all I needed to hear. But I also got to see the Marine band play, which I'm not a big band, brass band kind of guy, but it was fun to see it happen, and it was really motivating and enjoyable. And I just thought how fun it would be to be back in. Anyway, that's that. Let's talk about numbers. All right, there we go. Yeah, rates. Damn near 6%, guys. Oh, damn near 7%. Holy moly. And this is going to tell you a little tale about what's going on here, right? Now, understand, you can still get a 3-year ARM for 2.3, 2.3.3. That's for a 3-year interest only. That's if you have to buy a house. That's what I'm telling people to do. I'm not a lender. I'm not telling you the right strategy. You want to talk to a competent, good loan officer that's been around for a while, like Hector or Luis or Scott, people I've brought on before. They know what they're talking about. They're good people. They know what they're doing, and they're not there to screw you over. They're there to strategize with you and get you into the right product, the loan, so you understand what's going on and how to make it affordable. All right, gas. Holy moly! The funny thing is it cost me $50 to drive up and back to San Francisco. I got to park for free, but lunch cost me $15. So something's not right with gas. This is just wrong. California is the high. I don't think even New York is this close. $6. It's getting up to $7 in some place. You know, I know you vote for whoever you vote for, but understand that they have to understand that we all have to have a living here. Not everybody can afford $6 a gallon for gas. It's ridiculous. Um, Houses are still selling, not at the same clip that we were used to. It's not the firestorm that we're used to. As a matter of fact, this last week we saw 44 pendings. Let's see if I can make that bigger for you. Oops. Yeah, 44 pendings as opposed to let's see, pending. Well, last year days on market closes. This is what we were looking at. Closes last week versus closes this week. We're at 67. Overall, the numbers I'm tracking for San Jose, not every house, right? But for the most part, this is the mainstay of what people are looking for. 3-bedroom plus, single family homes, no PUDs. They're down 53% overall year on year, right? And then let me make sure I'm still good. Yep. Okay. Um, this is telling too, right? The high, actually, the high was 16%. I did that wrong. No, that was right. 101%. So we've been seeing 27 and 16 and 40 and 25. So you're averaging probably, I don't know what do you think? 16, 15 or 16% overall. Let's see if I can get that number here for you. 123% over list price on average since we started measuring. Last week was 101. As a matter of fact, the list price to sales price ratio broke down to 100. First time in the last 2 months. Last time that happened was August 17th, day after my birthday. All right. Average sales price last year was 101.57. Average sales price this year, this last week, 1.58. So prices have not really fallen that much. As a matter of fact, these are the averages, right? 1.52 to 1.5, almost 10, 1.51. And then that's your median sales price average at 1.46. Days on market are now 31 for the last few weeks, continuously going up, and that's going to happen more. See, we have more homes staying on market. We have less homes for sale. Last week was a spike. This week went down a little bit. So if you look overall, the numbers staying pretty much standard, right? Same thing with list price decrease, 186. That was a pretty big jump, but if you look, we are having a lot over the last few weeks. So what I'm saying is we as human beings have a short memory. We tend to go, oh shit, the rates went up. I'm not going to buy a house. And 3 weeks later, you're like, maybe I should go buy a house. Yeah, it's expensive. But you know what? It is expensive no matter what. No matter how you look at it, buying a house here in California, it's going to be expensive. No matter where you are. If you're in Merced, you're in Redding, you're in Stockton, it's going to be expensive. Or San Jose, or Silicon Valley. So keep that in mind. Cost of living here is going to be expensive. We had the same amount of, on average, about the same, went back on market. And this is consistent. This is pretty normal. It's a pretty normal number. It's not like it was up here in the beginning when we started talking. And then cancellations up pretty high. These are listings that canceled or withdrew or expired. They're no longer on the market. So here we have 44 pendings, but we also have 45 off market. And you notice that this number is going down a little bit from a high of 650, 688. Houses are still selling. That's what I've been telling you. You missed your point. You missed a time when you could actually ask for good stuff. You can still ask for concessions. People are coaching sellers to understand if your house is on market for a while, you can ask for concessions. We talked about concessions, what those are before, right? Yep. Okay. So out of the entire list of cities that we track, only 2 of them receded in inventory. And my guess here at Cape Coral, I don't think I'd touch Fort Myers, probably retracted because of Hurricane Ian. No other reason. There's probably some damage on the property. Of course, there's a natural consumption of homes, but there's some homes that were probably getting ready to get on market and pulled them off market, or they didn't put them on market at all. Everyone else, except for down here in Knoxville, they're seeing an increase in inventory. And that's normal. It's a normal time. We're starting to slow down. If you look at the ups and downs of every year, people are back in school, everything's settled out. We're starting to head into winter. October, November, December, and then January will be another year. You're going to see inventories build, prices contract. It's an absolutely normal thing in our market. So don't take that as an indicator. This is us getting back to a normal market, even though rates are super high. They're not as high as they were, back in the 80s and 60s and 70s. So that's it. Houses are normal. The market's normal. We could be upon a precipice. A lot of people are talking that. There's a lot of people that are trying to get your attention, saying that everything's going down. I don't know if it's going to go down, especially not here. Maybe in St. Louis or Modesto or, I don't know, Reno or LA, Las Vegas. You look at Las Vegas. I know we didn't really point it out, but Las Vegas, I understand that there's over 10,000 homes in inventory right now in Las Vegas. That's not healthy, right? There's people that are getting out of the Airbnb market, or they're just saying, I'm done with Vegas, moving somewhere else, what have you. But understand that all in all, we're here in the Silicon Valley, we're in a healthy market. It's not great. It's not like it was last year or even in April, in March, or January, February, March, April of this year. Since the first lockdown of COVID until March, April is about when we started opening up again. After that initial lockdown, and then we started allowing people to look at houses. The market turned into a firestorm. It was unhealthy, right? So remember, we went down to historically low rates. Everybody was refinancing or buying properties at 2.5%. That's not natural. It's not healthy for the economy. That sparked off a massive amount of inflation. That and other things, right? Can't say housing is the only thing to blame, but there you go. The other thing is, now that we're going back to normal, 6%, 5%, that's normal. We're up here at 7% almost right now because we have to nick this inflation problem. So understand what's going on. this market is always going to be healthy. We have Silicon Valley, we have venture capital, we have technology, we have finance, we have healthcare, we have all sorts of things that keep this economy going in our microeconomy. I call it microeconomy. In our county, in Silicon Valley, in the Bay Area, it's always going to be healthy. There's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of people, a lot more people here than in anywhere else in the world that have crazy amounts of money, which is going to continue to prop up homes in Palo Alto and in Cupertino and in Sunnyvale. These people have a lot of money. Their stocks, they're taking money out of their stocks and buying houses with it. The rates have no effect on anything. I just heard a story from my rep today, my title rep. She told me that there was a house that went up for sale for $5 million, and they negotiated it up to, and this was off market, up to $10 million. And these buyers gladly paid for it because they're in the areas that they're not hurting. Here in South San Jose, we're seeing a little contraction because we're technically blue collar. We're not part of the filthy amount of wealth over there. I wish I had a couple of those that I did every year. That would make my days very happy. So, we're kind of insulated from the outside market. Not super insulated because we did see a contraction, but everything on the west side of, that's actually west. Actually, that's west. Of 17, west of 17, Highway 17, 880, you're not going to see a huge reduction in value unless it's like East Palo Alto or somewhere where there's lower income people. Like even in San Mateo, there's low income neighborhoods, right? Those areas are going to be economically impacted because somebody that's working with a wage, they're not being able to afford 7% right now. So anyway, there you go. I think we're going to pull out of this okay. Globally, what's going on with World War III over there, Germany and Europe being in a energy crisis, what's going up in Canada with the housing mortgage issue, what's going on in New Zealand. Those things are going to happen. China could be a tipping point. Our automotive industry could be a tipping point. We just don't know. It would be nice if we just ripped this Band-Aid off, but at the same time, it's not going to happen. Our feds are going to continue to slowly pull the Band-Aid off and see if they can pivot, which is last week's Q card, but I don't think people are buying that crap anymore. So remember, every recession except for the last one, the 2008. Actually, it wasn't the last one; it was two before, because 2018 technically we were in a recession. Home prices stayed or increased, so keep that in mind. If you're thinking about buying, now might be a good time because there's less buyers, there's less competition. All right, I've said this. I say this every week, so let's see it out there.